What's good YouTube, Guy and Kicks here. So this is my second video, the second part of my favorite sneakers that I bought in 2022. The first one being, and I'll leave a link here so you guys can check that video out. That video was basically my top 10 sneakers that are not New Balance sneakers. I wanted to separate the two because if I make a top 10 sneakers of all my favorite sneakers, there would be a lot of New Balance sneakers on that list. So I wanted to separate the two, kind of make it its own video. Here I'm gonna go over my favorite New Balance sneakers that I picked up in 2022, rank them for you guys so that you guys can see which one is my favorite New Balance sneaker of 2022. So very excited for this video, guys. Let's get into it and let's rank some New Balance sneakers. Let's go. So starting things off with the 1906R. This is technically a new silhouette, a new model for New Balance here in 2022. This sneaker here is basically a combination of the 1906R, which is the upper part of the shoe, and then the midsole is from the A60 V2, similar to what they did with the 2002R. This model here kick-started things off with the collaboration with This Is Never That. There's been a lot of other colorways so far. There's also the most recent refined Future Pack, which looks very clean. The gray one is one of my favorite ones of the 1906R. So this model here definitely had a pretty good year in 2022. Next one up is a 990 V3 in this burgundy color, paying homage to a colorway from the 993. Very similar colorway. I think that 993, it's a little bit darker than this one. This one's more on the reddish side, but it's very close to that similar colorway. But here, this one's very clean. This one's also part of the Teddy Santis 16. Probably the least favorite out of the pack, but I think if you have this shoe in hand, this colorway definitely looks very clean. And if you're someone who doesn't love burgundy, just having one or two in your rotation is definitely cool to have. Next one up is the 550 Conversation Amongst Us. This one here is a really cool project because it was led and designed by African-American designers or artists from New Balance. Obviously, Joe Freshgood also blessed this shoe alongside the 2002R. But this one here, when I first saw it, I thought it was very cool and very different because you primarily have a canvas color and you do have a little bit of hairy suede towards the heel part of the shoe. I know the canvas is not a fan favorite because if it does get dirty, it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt to clean. But overall, I think this one is still very clean. You have a different color here with this yellowish color here as well. And I think it's one of my favorite 550s to drop this year. Here at number 20, we have a 990 V2 True Camel, also part of the Teddy Santis collection. This one here, guys, I know in photos it might be underappreciated because it's a mostly black shoe, but I think having this one in hand is just so good, to be honest with you guys. You have really cool olive green there on the mesh. You have some grays, some blacks, different type of material there on the tongue. It has a canvas type material. This is a very wearable shoe, guys. Obviously, you can beat this one up to the ground because it's a darker color. It's a mostly black color shoe here, but very clean here. I think it's a very underrated shoe from the Teddy Santis collection. All right, next one up is the 990 V6, one of the most anticipated New Balance sneakers to drop here in 2022. Definitely dropped later than what we wanted. We wanted this shoe to drop earlier this year, but nonetheless, we got it. And I know for a lot of people, this one was like a love and hate type of relationship with the 990 V6. It's a new model. It takes time to grow on you. Even to this day, I've had it for like a month now, I believe, or probably a little bit longer than that. And it's still a model that just needs to grow on you. It's the new kid on the block, so I can't rank it higher than what it is. And it's not that it's a bad shoe. It's still very comfortable and also very stylish. However, it does have that sleeker look, and it looks more of a gym shoe, to be honest, at least right now in this early stage of the 990 V6. But overall, still very comfortable. It's a made in USA sneaker, so you expect high quality here. And I hope to see more collaborations in the future. Obviously, the one so far, we know the Action Bronson, but I'm sure there's gonna be more to come. And then at that point, I'm sure the shoe will grow on most people and it will be more accepted than what it is now. Next one up is my favorite 550 to drop in 2022. This one here being a collaboration with MLE and Door. One of the main reasons why I wanted this colorway is because the upper is primarily suede. We've been used to seeing most 550s in a leather material. Here they switch things up with a mostly suede, hairy suede on the upper of the shoe. My only knock on this drop was that it does not have any branding on the heel counter, so you don't have the New Balance or MLE and Door on the heel counter of the shoe, which I do miss that because having the branding does make the shoe more special in my opinion. But overall, this one here is definitely very clean. Next one up is a 990 V3 in this navy colorway. This one here is also part of the Teddy Santis collection. I will be saying that a lot in this video, guys. But this one here is very underrated, very underappreciated, similar to the 990 V2 True Camo in my opinion. I think this one here, guys, looks very clean. I actually prefer this one over the Kith 990 V3 that dropped a few weeks ago in that steel blue color. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a different shade of blue on the mesh here. I just like that so much, and it just looks so clean. This colorway here, you could probably get this one on sale now, but honestly, if you need a pair of 990 V3s, especially a blue one or a navy one, definitely consider this colorway. Next one up, guys, is a 650R and MLE Endure collaboration. This shoe right here is also very clean. This one here being the high top version of the 550. This one was also very anticipated to drop this year as well. Once we saw leaks from MLE Endure that they were going to come out with a high top version, obviously the hype grew. Not as hyped as the 550 for sure, because the 650R, you know, it's not as wearable as the 550, but still very clean in my opinion. And this colorway here is one of my favorite ones so far. The original pack, this colorway, the gray and the navy one, is definitely the best one. Second pack is hit or miss. I only really like the gray one, but here with this original pack is just a classic colorway for sure. And the 650R is also quite comfortable, similar to the 550R. And with here with the high top version, you do eliminate that heel slippage that you will experience with a 550. But overall, I do like the 650R a lot. Next one up, guys, is the 9060 and Bodega collaboration. I still have not reviewed this one. I hope to drop this one very soon for you guys. This one here, this colorway, this collaboration is my favorite 960 to drop so far. I'm not even considering the Joe Freshgood better than this one in my opinion, because for me is this colorway, and then the second one is the Sea Salt as my favorite two 9060s to drop so far. I know for a lot of people the Joe Freshgoods might be even considered sneaker of the year. I get it, that's the one that gave this model a boost, but overall, if this would have been the first one to drop, this would have been it, guys, because this collaboration with Bodega is just so good. The materials, the details, once again, Bodega just does an amazing job with a collaboration, and this 9060 does not disappoint. Next one up is a 990 V3 and Pata collaboration. When we first saw leaks that Pata was working on a 990 V3 on a made in USA sneaker, there was definitely a lot of hype because Pata and New Balance had already worked on some really dope collaboration. But once we saw this colorway, there was definitely some disappointment there, especially because of this bright green here on the toe box and around the ankle collar. And it's also because it was an olive green, which also looked a little similar to the down olive colorway. Overall, guys, after having these for a few now, I have to admit that this colorway has grown on me a whole lot. I got over the fact that you have that bright green on it, and I just appreciated most of the colorway of the shoe. And I think once you get over that, you may look at the shoe a little bit different. Overall, they did a pretty good job with this shoe. Next one up is the 990 V2 Marblehead. This one here alongside the V3 Marblehead were the first two to drop from the original Teddy Santis 16, or the first season of Teddy Santis working with New Balance. This colorway here is super clean. I remember when I first saw it, I love the fact that they switched up the materials with this hairier suede. However, over time, when you wear this one, especially if you walk through grass, it does become a pain in the butt because the grass does stick to that hairier suede and it is harder to clean. But overall, this one here with these tan colors, greens, grays, and these cream laces as well, it just looks so clean and it's so dope to have in the collection. Next one up is this 991 in this beautiful brown leather material. This one here is also a collaboration with MLE Endure. And let me tell you guys, I call this my gentleman shoe here because this shoe is just so classy, man. It just looks so good. My only knock with the materials that they use here is that the leather does scuff very easily, so you do have to be very careful and try to protect these so you don't scratch them up very badly. But other than that, guys, this colorway here is just so clean, man. The browns, the greens, the off-white on the mesh just looks so good. All right, so cracking into the top 10, here we have the 990 V2 gray with tan. This one here is part of the season 2 of Teddy Santis working with New Balance. As you can see here, you have some really nice earth tone colors. What they did here is that they flipped things around from the original Marblehead. Instead of having the hairier suede on the mud guard and the mid panels, they switched it all the way to the heel canter of the shoe, and then the front part of the shoe has a softer suede. In my opinion, this one definitely grew on me a lot, and I do prefer this one slightly over the Marblehead colorway. I don't know, just because of the navy on this, it just gives it a cleaner look in my opinion. Maybe it makes it a little bit easier to wear as well. So I definitely like this 990 V2 a lot. All right, so next one up is a 990 V3 in this raw amethyst colorway. This one here, guys, is so beautiful, man. The purple hairy suede that they use on here with the orange color on the end logos there, also on the heel part of the shoe. Such a beautiful color. Also the cream midsole just makes it and gives it that special touch overall. Nice job here by New Balance and Teddy Santa. This one is also part of the Teddy Santa 16, guys, and is so freaking good, man. If anybody has this one as their sneaker of the year, you know what? I'm not even gonna argue it, because this one is just beautiful to look at for sure. Next one up is the Kith for New Balance 993 in this pistachio colorway. This one here is very clean, guys. It's also a 993, so you already know this is gonna be very, very comfortable. The colorway here is a little bit deceiving because it's not as green as you would think since it's called pistachio. But depending on the lighting, to be honest, it does kind of look like a light blue with a little bit of green in it too. So it really depends on the lighting of the shoe. My only knock with this colorway is that the outsole is completely in this off-white color. So you already know this is going to get obviously dirty and it's going to be very noticeable, but overall, guys, this one here is also a clean shoe. Next one up is a 990 V3 in the Seesaw colorway, also part of the Teddy Santa 16. This is the shoe right here that I didn't think I needed because I already have the 990 V2 Seesaw, but when they restocked a couple of weeks ago, they were sitting and I got that itch, that urge to buy something new, and I went ahead and I bought it. And let me tell you guys, I was wrong for even considering that I didn't need this colorway or this shoe, because getting this in hand, guys, this just looks so freaking good, man. This leather, you got some mesh here as well. Very wearable because it's a mostly white and gray shoe. You do have a cream midsole here. Very, very nice here once again, and it's cool to have, you know, other New Balance sneakers that are mostly leather, because you can definitely wear these on a rainy day, even though they're gonna get dirty because they're mostly white, but at least you don't have to worry about suede getting messed up. So here with this mostly leather shoe, definitely nice to have. Next one up is the Joe Freshgood 993 in the Sage colorway. It's a mostly green shoe with some salmon color on the midsole and on the laces as well. The 993 this year, I believe, had a really good year overall, and there was some really dope colorways, especially this one here. Obviously, there was a whole pack, the pink one, the green one, and also the blue, but overall, and I think most people will agree, that the green one was definitely the best one by far. This is also a sneaker of the year for a lot of people, at least within New Balance, and I definitely can see why. Super clean and is very comfortable being a 993. All right, guys, so we're getting into that top 5 pick, and you guys are probably gonna disagree with me as to why I have this colorway or this shoe in my top 5 list, but it's just, for me, it just looks so good in that color that I just gotta have it in my top 5. And the shoe that I'm talking about is the 990 V2 Seesaw. I know for a lot of people, probably the V3 is the better one, but for me, the V2 just looks better. I like how the midsole looks with this cream color. Obviously the tongue as well, you got some canvas there on the tongue, and the laces, the cream laces just look so good. I don't know what it is. For me, this shoe just looks so good. It's basically white, gray, and cream compared to the V3 where you do have some red on it. Maybe for those, that's what makes that shoe better, because of the red on it. Here for me, I don't know what it is. This shoe just looks so good on feet. I don't know. I like it a lot, and it's in my top 5. Next one up is a 990 V3 in this Moonbeam colorway. Bro, this colorway, in my opinion, is just so good. The materials that they use here as well, you got some hairy suede, you got some nice smooth suede on the mid panels. It's just put together so well, in my opinion. The laces there that are also matching the colorway. I don't know, guys, this one right here, to me, it looks so good, and I don't see this one spoken about as much. I really like this shoe. This one here, they did a really good job combining these colors. Looks so good. All right, guys, so at number 3 we have the 990 V2 Salehi Bembry. This one here, guys, again, so good. You got a lot of hairy suede on these, which for some people you may not like that, because again, when it gets dirty, it's a pain in the butt to get like grass, whatever, little sticks and stuff, it gets stuck in that hairy suede. You obviously have some purple there on the tongue. You have this really cool material there on the end logo. It's just done so well, man. You got this clay color on the midsole here as well. Very nice job here by Salehi. He continues to do a very good job with New Balance. This is his first made in USA sneaker, so I hope he works on other models as well. I hope he grabs a 990 V3 as well, maybe a 990 V4, man, because this colorway here is just so good. At number 2, I have the 990 V4 in Kith. This one here is the United Arrows and Sons colorway. Very beautiful colorway, guys. You have some grays, you have some purples, you have some pinks as well. Cream midsole here on the heel towards the mid part of the midsole. Very nice colorway here, guys. This is a 990 V4, which is also very comfortable. I hope to see more 990 V4s next year in 2023. I hope they do more collabs as well. But this colorway, guys, is just so freaking good, man. And finally, at number 1, guys, a very obvious choice. You guys probably already know I've spoken a lot about this shoe, and I've shared a lot of photos of this shoe. It's the 990 V3 Jown in the olive colorway. This shoe, guys, is just beautiful. Very nice job by Jown. They did an amazing job picking this colorway. You would think because it's an olive green, people will be turned off by it, but I love olive green, and the way it's executed is just done so well. You have these cream laces here as well. You have the blacked out end logos, which is becoming a signature move by Jown. Very cool, very minimalistic move here with the very minor branding there on the heel. This one right here could be sneaker of the year overall for any type of brand. Of course, it's not being spoken about as much because it's a New Balance sneaker. Of course, the Jordans of the world, of course, the Nikes of the world are going to take over that. But this shoe just needs to be in the conversation. And I feel like some folks top 10, like not New Balance heads, but just overall, are not even including a Jown on there. Like this one here is just amazing. This one needs to be spoken about more. This shoe is just so good, guys. And that's why for me, it's definitely my New Balance sneaker of the year. And if I was gonna rank my top 3 sneakers overall, if you saw my first video, I'll still go with the Chicago Lost and Found because I just wanted that colorway since I was a kid. And it definitely means a lot more than just it dropping this year. But at number 2, I will still go with the A6 Hall Studios, and at number 3, I would go with these Jowns. Very nice job here once again, beautifully done, and yeah, this is just a beautiful shoe. So there you have it, guys, my list of my favorite New Balance sneakers that I picked up here in 2022. New Balance, in my opinion, I'm sure you guys would agree with me, had an amazing year once again. A lot of really dope GRs, a lot of really dope collaborations as well. You may even argue that a lot of the GRs were even better than the collaborations, which is amazing. And that's something that's really hard to say about other brands that rely heavily on collaborations. New Balance still did an amazing job sticking to their guns with regular GRs that were really amazing. Obviously, you have some collabs that were also amazing too, but some of these GRs you can argue were even better than the collabs. So that is a really great sign, and I'm sure 2023 is going to be an amazing year for New Balance as well, and I'm very excited to see what's to come. So that's it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my favorite New Balance pickups of 2022. Don't forget to check out my other top 10 list of non-New Balance sneakers. I'll leave that link right here somewhere. Check that out. And like always, guys, thank you so much for the support here in 2022, not only on my YouTube channel, but also on Instagram if you follow me there. I really appreciate that, you guys. Continue the support in 2023. I will continue bringing you guys more content for sure. I want to see how far this channel grows, and I cannot do that without you guys. Let's try to grow this thing together and see where it takes us. All right, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, definitely feel free to do so below. Like, comment, let me know which ones are your favorite sneakers in 2022. Follow me on Instagram as well. I'll leave a link below so you guys can check out my page. And that's it, guys. Have an amazing new year, and I'll see you guys next year. Peace.